Today we will be looking at the absolutely massive Destroy and Devour Indominus Rex, one of the latest offerings in the Dino Rivals lineup. Let's begin by looking at articulation. Articulation is fairly limited due to most of the movable parts being connected to the action features. Both arms can rotate a full 360 at the shoulders, but doing this will more or less disable the slashing action. However, the lower arms can bend and rotate freely. The legs can move backward a short ways, but when pushed forward far enough will activate the feature in the neck. It's not really recommended that you move both legs individually. Oh, geez. Yeah, I probably shouldn't do that. Now looking at details starting with the head sculpt. The figure's likeness to its on-screen counterpart is just about spot on, though the quills on its neck seem a bit chunky and less pointed. The face is covered in coarse scales, the largest of which form an armor-like ridge along the top of the snout and back of the head. These scales continue down the neck, which features the quills, skin folds, and several lumps of scales that run down the figure's back to the base of the tail. The teeth are splayed out and uneven, with most of the teeth belonging to the upper jaw, there are 21, whereas the lower jaw has 12. Moving down to the body, the scaling details continue all over the torso, while folds in the skin become more prevalent on the underside of the figure. The muscular forearms have very chunky scales on the upper arm, and the long lower arms extend into the large, four-clawed hands, which are unfortunately not painted. More quills can be seen on the underarms as well. The giant legs feature the same large scale patterns on the thighs, and the outline of musculature on the lower legs is prominently displayed. The feet sport large, plate-like scales along the toes, and the talons are painted gray. The tail sports more scales and bumps, and is posed slightly upward in an S-shaped curve. There isn't much paintwork to speak of, as the I-Rex's uncamouflaged natural color is mostly white, owing to its albinism. It does, however, sport some brownish highlights on its face to bring out the depth of the nasal cavities, eye orbits, and infratemporal cavities. A light airbrushed layer of gray covers the top of the back to bring out the detail of the scaling. The inside of the mouth is predominantly pink, and the teeth are a light beige. Finally, the eyes are orange with a gray slit pupil. Now let's look at action features. There are two buttons on the figure, one located on the back just behind the shoulders, the other at the base of the tail. Pushing the button on the back will move the arms inward, slashing the figure's claws. A swooshing sound will play alongside it. Pushing the button on the tail will open the figure's jaws very wide and will let loose one of 3 loud roars. Pressing the button 3 times will activate the light up feature in the neck of the figure, a nod to the I-Rex's active camouflage ability. Pushing the figure forward on its legs will make the head and neck move downward, making the creature look as if it's caught the scent of its prey, or it's just cornered it. Combining this action with the biting feature will ensure a quick demise for any smaller figure unfortunate enough to be in the way. The figure's throat has enough space to accommodate most small prey, and in the case of human figures, they can be swallowed almost whole. When prey hits the back of the throat, a switch will be hit, activating the lights once more, as well as a sort of gulping sound. As with all of the Dino Rivals figures, the I-Rex comes with a collector card which features some very nice artwork and the usual stats, most of which are maxed out aside from speed, which only goes up to 8. Otherwise, the card indicates that this is a strong, intelligent, and dangerous creature. And that concludes today's review of the Jurassic World Dino Rivals Destroy and Devour Indominus Rex. This figure is an absolute stunner, not owing to its sheer size. No, this figure is absolutely packed with detail and exquisite action features to boot. It is unfortunate that there is a lack of articulation that isn't connected to an action feature, but the overall play value of this figure makes up for it completely. Of course, Mattel is far from finished delivering Jurassic World toys, but so far the I-Rex ranks among their best. So that's it for this review, everyone. Thank you for watching, and as always, stay tuned for more.